Hello,
Okay.
everyone. Good evening. You didn't expect me to see me today because I still don't have like a consistent day that I'm doing live readings. Today I got the amazing Maurizio, or Ritz, as you want to call him. He's got a different culture. He's got lots of knowledge, and I'm super excited to have him here. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Um, Thank you for that. And please, guys, share because sharing is caring. So, Mauricio, I'm going to start to talk about. Hello, Deborah. Please just share for us. Share because sharing is caring, and everyone. And if you are on yeah, please share. Can you share in my normal summer sparks and just join us? Join the topic, ask any questions, and all right. So Mauricio, we were talking before we go live about energies and how the frequency. How can we make it higher? I would love to go in a shamanic journey, but where I am, I
Or
don't
what?
have many people that can take
Oh,
me that way.
you can do it. You can connect by distance or hold someone's hand who knows how to do it and then just do it. Like, for example, I was in New York about, well, it was 2 weeks ago. I left New York, but I was there for about like 3 to 5 weeks or something like that almost. And at one point, I was shamanically journeying while I'm in New York, and my girlfriend is in Canada, and we connected together with this shamanic journey,
All
and it was
right.
incredible. It was
So
incredible.
can you take me because I've never been in a shamanic journey and I would love it. It's like one
I
of
can break
my
it down. Do you know how to do it, or would I have to break it down like completely?
from the beginning.
Okay, okay, yeah. So usually,
You
where
don't need to do it now, but
no, it's
but
okay. I don't want me to talk about it. Or do you want me to talk to you about this later?
it's up to you honestly if you
I can
want to.
talk about it right now. It's not a problem. So
Yeah.
basically, it is a deep, personal, almost like guided meditation formed with intention. Number one, for all the viewers that are here or not, or
Yeah.
part in this, right?
I know the basics, but maybe some people that are watching, maybe they don't know what is it. So that's
Exactly.
really
I
good that
learned from the
you
Michael
explain.
Harner Shamanic Institute that's worldwide. They have it in Europe. They have it in, I think, some part of Asia, U.S. and Canada, basically, is what I know about.
All
And
right.
I don't know if they have it in South America, but they do have things where they travel in different regions and stuff. But anyway, again, a little bit out of topic. So basically, a lot of it is all about your own personal song that you make. It's called a soul song. So whatever you feel expresses your soul expression. Like I'm gonna sing a song which is traditional Lukumi, which has Yoruba influence with Spanish and Castilian and some other things. Right, very beautiful song. That is my soul song that I feel expresses my soul and my happiness and what makes life worth living in the sweetness. It's actually a song that is traditional for Oshun.
So
I'd
explain
have,
just that bit.
yeah.
Sorry, explain that bit again. Not just for me, but for those that never heard before. So you are saying about the soul
The soul
that
song, yes, is the expression of the soul. We talk
yeah,
about in core shamanism, right? Which is
yeah,
about you express a song of some sort. It can be a made up song, it can be a chant, it can be anything. And usually, maybe there's like a movement that you do as well. And that puts you to start going in within yourself, where you go in with your heart center chakra and you go deeper and deeper and deeper as you meditate, and your breathing gets slower and slower. You get basically into it almost like a trance like state, right?
yes.
So going back to what I was saying, I'm gonna sing this song that is, it's Lukumi, which is basically Santry. It's the Yoruba tradition of Nigeria that was brought from with the slaves to Cuba and then went to the Americas and the Caribbean, to put it lightly. I mean, I can put I don't know if I can actually chat and put the link here. Everybody else can see it. Can I, if I put it in my box here, will they be able to
If
see
you
it?
can, yes, please, yes, go for
Okay,
it.
perfect. So I'm gonna put this information for anybody who's curious about leukemia or Santeria. Let's see here. Let's see here. Almost done here. Okay. I don't know if I
So
put it
did
in
you?
private chat. I don't know if you can put that on the.
Let me see if I can.
It's weird as a guest, sometimes.
Okay. Uh, I'm sorry. It's because I'm working.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm still here.
Okay, you're here. That was
Yes.
weird.
Yes, like I said, and that's why we start to talk about the frequencies because I'm working from my tablet and I
Yeah.
need to go back to my laptop. It's much better.
Mm,
And we were talking about that because as I said, I've been in a spiritual journey, and my frequency, my vibrations, they raised a lot,
that's
and
good.
it's breaking my phones. I break all my phones, my laptops, my PC. That they don't
That's
work
insane.
properly
Wow. I can
because
believe it, though. I can believe it. I've had things where it's been retrograde or divinities that like to play tricks of technology. It's like you'll have one song playing on shuffle and your phone will go crazy, like it's going through 5,000 songs super fast, and
wow.
it'll just choose a song. I'm like, whoa,
But
whoa,
that's good.
whoa.
And Alexa.
Yeah,
Sometimes Alexa start to talk on her own and to say weird stuff. Sometimes she gives me addresses. It's so weird. I'm like, do I need to go to that address?
oh, that's
So
crazy.
that's
I don't
crazy,
trust
honestly.
Alexa stuff. Alexa crazy.
Honestly, Alexa do weird stuff. So now I just have a switch off. I'm like, I already got enough going on. Anyway, so because we were talking about
Yeah,
frequencies, you start to talk about the shamanic. That's how you raise your frequency. I'm sorry,
absolutely.
I couldn't put that on the screen. Uh, I
Okay.
couldn't.
Wait,
But
let's put down comments. Is it going to go live on the? I'm gonna try this. That was weird.
you know what? To make
No,
sure that I don't fall
I see
again,
the
I'm not going to.
comments. I see the comments, but I can't type anything in there for the people that are here.
All right. But you
It's
know
okay.
what? Hello, Anthony. Sending love. And Deborah is saying that her cat keeps
Sit
taking me out.
there.
Anyway, so you know what? We can talk about it next time, which is very interesting because I believe that lots of people want to know. And I'm one of that people because
I think
maybe you can take me.
I was gonna just go and just sing the song if you want me to do that, just so they can.
Yes, please. Can you just explain again why you're going to sing the song for
Okay, so
those that.
it's my soul song that I feel expresses my inner soul
Okay.
expression, my happiness, what makes life worth living, everything, and expresses my love, happiness, and heart center, basically, right? So
That's so
being,
nice.
that being said, Ocean is all about love, self-sacrifice, giving. She saved the world twice. She saved humanity twice, right? She's a messenger of God. So I thought it was very fitting to express that as my soul song when I was going through everything I was going through at that point in time, and still to this day moving forward. But yeah, further ado, I'm just gonna continue and just sing the song.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
okay.
Can I just ask you before you start,
Yeah.
how did you how did you how did that song came into your life? Do you understand what I'm trying to
There was
say?
a song. This song came from a friend of mine that was telling me like, "Hey, there's a really good song that you'll like of this Arisha Oshun," and she was singing it, and I was like, I have to find this song. So I went on YouTube. I started looking for it. I started trying to find the lyrics for it in Lukumi and the Yuba tradition and everything like that. I was able to find it, and I didn't necessarily write it down, but I just memorized the song pretty much, and I was able to mimic it and put
It
my,
it's supposed to be.
you know what
It
I'm
was
saying.
meant to be.
I able to put my energy and my love into it when I do it. You know.
And does it ground you too? Does it help
Sorry.
grounding you? Does it help grounding you?
I'd say it's more like it helps uplift me and then just center me and balance me whenever I get
I
angry or
love that.
upset or anything.
I just love
It's
it.
beautiful. Just
Please
absolutely.
sing it now because I'm super excited.
Okay, okay. Idewewe itosuo, idewewe, idewewe itoso, idewewe iteya, ochokini wa itosun, cheke cheke iteya, idewewe. So that's the song right there. It just basically keeps repeating itself over and over
I
again.
could feel the energy.
Absolutely beautiful, you know.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. You
Another
know
song
what? Maybe
I'm still trying to learn, but I mean, there's other resources I can put on here later if anybody wants to email me, or if we can actually get it going into the public chat. But yeah, so
yeah, in the end, I can just add it to the title, and I can just post some of your. You just send me the links, and I can just post all the links you want. In the end, you know, and people can just see this again, can
absolutely.
replay it again. Hi, Siobhan, we're still live, darling. If you want to ask anything or if you want to join the conversation, please share for us because sharing is caring. And please, someone can just share in my Summer Sparks normal page so people can come to Wakat and join us. Yes, I knew a song about. Oh, do you know Mama Yemanja?
Yes, of course. She's like the
Of course.
mother who raised me in this tradition through a
Oh,
lot
I
of
love her.
confusion that was done with my initiation. But they told me that Mama Yemaya was my mother. But then things had to get corrected. So it's basically one of those things where it's like, I will always tell everybody she's my mother, but the secret is she's not the actual mother, but she's a mother who raised me. You understand what I'm saying? So I give her that respect,
Yes.
of course. So
Yeah.
it's like I have
So
two moms.
so she's like not your main mom, but
It's
you
not the one that
respect her.
gave me birth. You know what I'm saying? This world, in this spiritual world, in
Yeah.
this physical world. It's you may know her in Portuguese as Oxala, Oxala, which is Ochanla.
Yes, Oshala.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know that's not Yemanja Oshala. I believe it's actually Jesus
It's
or
a
God.
manifestation of very huge Orisha, a very old female Orisha. They usually say she's like deaf in one ear and a lot of other things too.
Oh, all right.
Not to be subtle, not that any Orisha is greater than the next, but they have their hierarchies and they have their talents and skills.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about all this with you because that's how I start. Because I didn't know what to do with my spirituality, and that's how I start. I start to study that part,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Absolutely.
know. So I know a bit about that culture because that's how I start. Um, and I find it fascinating, the way they go in trance and the way they receive spirit. I just find it beautiful. Yes,
Beautiful. It is beautiful.
yes. So tell us a bit about you. Uh,
Oh man, I'm like a lot of things, but yet I'm a lot of nothing. I try to be humble. But I mean, what I've done is, I have been involved with this since I was like 15. I'm 32 years old now. I'm going to be 3 years old as a priest on the 28th of this month.
All right. Congratulations.
I want to talk and focus a lot too on this subject matter is the importance of the reverence of our spirit guides, God first and foremost, and our ancestors. So basically, it all starts with a candle and a glass of water. Simply put, dedicate to God the Creator, our highest spirit guides, our highest spirits, and our highest ancestors. And it's if you have no belief and if you have no faith in anything, nothing's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Just like as the Bible says, I don't like to get biblical, but you don't believe in anything, you don't have faith in anything, you can't make things happen. You understand?
Yes.
So that's the encompassing nugget of wisdom there. We start with a candle, a glass of water, and we keep it moving from there. And there's other things that go a little bit more, like a crucifix or a rosary. Yeah, I don't believe in these things very much so, but the cross is very ancient, so it's even further than just Christianity, of course, right? So going forward from that, if anybody is interested in here and has Netflix as a documentary, I would highly recommend for all of you guys to look into when it comes to mediumship, spiritism, psychics, all this kind of stuff. And it was based in the 1800s. A man named Allan Kardec, who is the
Oh, yeah.
modern father of spiritism. I don't know if you know about who this individual is. He's from
Yeah.
France. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not
Yes,
going to
of
go too
course.
much, but it's a very good kind of like documentary movie that won some awards and stuff of the movie scene, right? So that is what encompasses things with the Afro-Caribbean sense of things, where it's almost like a seance, but not really a seance. You know what I'm saying?
So your culture comes from Allan Kardec because there is like a school and or a religion, let's call it a religion, involved around the Allan Kardec school.
Yeah, it's called espiritismo in Spanish, which translates in English to spiritism. But
Yes.
it's like an African Creole mixed with the Allan Kardec principles. So there's certain songs that bring trance and possession. There are prayers of Allan Kardec. It's a very specific methodology. And if you want to go further besides just the book they use, there's a philosophy, which is the medium's book, the spirit's book. This person, Allan Kardec, wrote, I think, at least 15 books plus. You can get some of them bought like through Amazon. You can find some for free through I think it's like Library Genesis, if I remember correctly. If you look it up on Google, you can get books and PDFs and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Um, so that is the main focus for me.
That's
That's where
amazing.
blessings come. That's where information comes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh my God.
And
It's
I mean,
amazing.
I'll even start tapping in, even like talking to you, and I'll be like, "Hey, I see this of you. Hey, I see this of you." And I don't know what it is with you, but I think I just see like an energy, very much like I don't know if you've done mediumship to what degree you've done it, but I see you've got like Oyal around you. You've got some kind of spirit under her influence, like a gypsy or like something like that. But it's not Oya's 9 colors I'm talking about. I'm talking that kind of like auburn, brown, purpley kind of color. It's a weird color. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a weird color that looks kind of brown, but it has a weird undertone to it, right? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, right?
Are you talking about my guide that is
As
behind
a
me?
guide with you have a spirit guide that's
Is
like
it the male of the female you're talking
it's a
about?
female. It's a female,
Yeah,
definitely.
she's so basically my ancestor is the god Anubis and is my main guide.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense, but it makes sense because Oya has the same principalities as Anubis, basically.
but
You
wait,
know,
my guide, the one that you probably seen, the other one, it's
mhm.
actually from the same line of Anubis. They are from the same family, and
Okay,
it's a black. Is it a black lady you can see?
more like a brown mixed lady, like cinnamon brown, kind of like a
Yeah.
gypsy style doll,
Yeah.
has the flowing gypsy dress, has cards around her. Might need to actually physically get this for yourself and get, I don't know if you have any crystal balls or any obsidian spheres, but you should start getting that representation, because when you start representing your guides in a physical format and you're able to ground and anchor that guide into the doll or close to the doll, that will push away any imposter spirits, any trickster spirits,
All
and
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like you start getting more of a flow, more of a, they like being represented. They like having their name being said, and then you start working with that spirit. That spirit starts working. If you start getting the blessings. I don't know if I'm going
So
off topic, but.
so should I start to mention my guide's name both more often? That's what you mean?
They like recognition. As much as it's a good thing to say their
Hi,
name,
Amanda.
a lot of people do not. Hey, Amanda. As much as it's a good thing to represent your guy and they like the recognition, it's like you have to gauge the people around you that you mention your guides about, because unfortunately there are bad people in this world and they want to steal people's guides and they want to imbalance you. So you have to play it by ear. You have to have your guide speak to your spirit, speak to you via that mediumship, and know, is this person trustworthy, basically. So
Yeah.
misdirect and
Yeah.
having
It's
these
part of
vibes you
life.
have are great, because what I'm saying, if it's under the influence of Oya, like I'm seeing, she will help take out the masks of people who are unscrupulous
Thank you,
and
man.
basically help you uncover the truths of things. It's incredible.
Shibon is asking what you mean by imposter spirits. Why
Basically,
would they
there's
come in?
spirits who lie. There's spirits who
Yes.
do trickery, and they'll come into the doll and they'll be like, "Hey, I'm the guide," and you'll be thinking you're
Yes.
working with this guy,
Tell me
thinking that,
something,
yeah,
Mauricio. Sorry to interrupt you. So
sure,
the way I actually know that it's my guide, it's not an imposter. Usually, it's because I feel the heat. Can
okay.
they actually, the imposters, the dark energies, can they send you heat?
I'm not
Because
entirely sure 100%, but what we do to anchor the spirit and prevent it from entering the doll, because if you just have a doll and you put a dress on it, anything can jump into it, right? You
yeah,
understand?
yeah,
So
yeah,
what we do usually is, like, there's like a ceremony done, and they put like a secret, like a bag, like an amulet, like a mojo bag that has certain herbs and crystals and things that the guide will say, this represents myself, and
yeah,
I'm going to be tied into this doll, basically. And then they prepare the doll in a certain way. I don't know if they wash it with any kind of like herbal baths or anything like that, but there's like a process, right?
yeah.
So you get another medium, another spiritist to be able to perform what they have to do to anchor the spirit and make sure nothing as a trickster or imposter spirit enters the doll. From my knowledge and wisdom that I've been explained.
Okay.
For
Because there are different research. Some, they say that because the dark energies, I call them dark energies, they've been
yeah,
in this world for so many centuries that they can actually uh, you know transmit a hot energy. So we think it's the guide. That's how I recognize it's my guide. It's because it's a hot energy. If it's cold, I know it's not a good energy. So
interesting.
so
Yeah.
that's how I recognize it. But that it can be a bit scary. But
And you have
you
to
know what I
question them too. You have to question these spirits. If there's a spirit that's an imposter, you have to ask it a question it wouldn't know. That only your guide would know. That's why it's all about this whole questioning the spirits. Like, I'll give you an example, a little personal. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it too much, but I had my experience in New York, which was all these imposter, trickster spirits, dark spirits, all this stuff, and people weren't doing the seance correctly. So they went from, what is supposed to be a very light, loving, giving, heart centered seance to this whole dark of, oh, two broken glasses can't be made whole. Then they told me, what did they say? They said, when the war is won, a soldier never dies. You know, they told me about how I was on my last legs, almost having no more hope left. I was basically, my soul was crying out basically in this dark, messed up seance, basically, right? And at the same token, they're talking about like destruction of people close to me, all this stuff. And I'm like, this makes no sense. So I told the
Yeah.
people about this whole, like, you know, they want it, this is not what this is supposed to be about. They're talking about like destroying you. They're talking about all these things that are completely opposite philosophy of what is supposed to be going on in a
Yeah.
seance. It's all about light, love, giving, hope, faith, charity, belief. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Saving people's lives, not trying to ruin and destroy a person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I
Was
went.
it
Yeah.
was it someone in trance that was saying that?
No, they were just mediums and priests and priestesses who were like corrupt, basically, telling me what they claimed to be what the spirits of light were saying, which were not light spirits or anything. This
Okay, so you are talking about physical people that got
physical
the
people,
time.
corrupted, don't know what they're talking about, or
They
maybe they.
don't know what they're talking about. So tell me something, because it's going to put lots of people on easy, and me too. Um, do you believe when you start to raise your energies, those dark spirits, they don't come to you because your light is so immense that they don't want to
The
play with
higher
you?
you are, it's more like, I look at it like this: you're high, and then they're all like trying to grab you and drag you down. But the higher you are, shamanism, totally different subject than what I do mainly, right? It's all about raising power. So the higher vibration you are, the harder it is for you to be affected by a curse, a hex, an accident, all these things that come from spirituality, right? It is
Yeah,
harder for you to get possessed by a bad spirit or any spirit because you have a higher immunity, because you have more power being raised.
yeah,
As you have more power being raised, less things affect you in a higher dimensional level, right? So more things can happen easily for you in the way that you want it to happen. Your vibration is higher, things start happening in a good way. The negative spirits can't impose their will really much upon you because you have a higher vibration. But let's get back into philosophy a little bit about the darker things, right? Because we got to
yeah,
explain and educate, right? These dark spirits, for whatever reason and however long they've been here or not from here, have come here. What they want to do is they want to separate people from each other, families, lovers,
yeah,
friends. They want to make you weak because you're
and
now
suffer. They
alone,
want to cause
basically.
pain.
They want to cause pain and suffering. That's what they want to do, basically. Um, what if you live in a town that could be haunted? Okay. Well, rather you leave the town or you try to reverse that whole roll around with the prayers you do for those suffering souls. But if the town is haunted, I would assume that there could be like Indian burial ground. They have to bless the land. They have to give recognition to those spirits that are suffering. They have to elevate those spirits. Not a light task for anyone to do. You need to know what you're doing because you get seriously lost and messed up, you know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but I believe that you can also wear some
Protections,
protection
of
with
course,
you,
some protections, but
so
I
you can
mean,
just do your life normally
you can
and
live your
just
life normally, but I mean, they're always going to keep coming. If they think you're a good person and a beacon of light, they're going to keep harassing you. I need to be elevated, I need to be elevated, I need to be elevated. That's probably what they'll understand. When you die with an illness, you usually live with that illness in the spiritual world until somebody gives you the elevation and the healing tranquility to.
someone tell
And,
you, "Oh, sorry, but you are not healed anymore." And that's one of the things that I do because I do rescues.
okay,
Um,
so kind of like psychopomp, is that what you're saying?
what do you mean? Sorry.
Psychopomp is a terminology they use in shamanism, which is basically you go and you help the spirits to elevate, to not be suffering anymore, to go where they have to go,
Yes,
where they're meant to go.
that's what I want to do. I want to do it more often, and I'm training. I'm developing myself when I go into trance. Uh, Sometimes I let them in, like the ones without light, but I need to have someone with me because I can talk to myself, and I'm training, for example, in this case, I'm training my daughter to start to talk with them and tell them, you are not ill anymore. Can you see the light? Can you go to the light? Because I believe because I'm connected with Anubis, and because he's the god of the dead. This is one of my missions, is to help people in this plane, but also to help the spirit. Once in a while, I don't, or else they will start to come like every day. I know, I've been there,
Wow, you're a
but
little more
something.
hardcore than I am, but that's what I try to do too, is to bring the spirits that get. Well, the thing too is you probably understand this too, right? Let's talk about this subject now, a little bit different. But there are people who are unscrupulous and will go to a cemetery, pick up any spirit, promise them something, and send a spirit after you, right? Now, is it the spirit's fault? No, because they're uneducated. You understand this, right? Of course,
Yeah,
yes, right?
yeah,
Now, what is your job? Your job is to educate that spirit that they made a mistake and to elevate them and have them go where they have to go. So
yes,
one day they will bless you and come back as a guide. You understand?
that's nice.
And do what they have to do, right? That's what I do as well. You know what I'm saying? I understand people do these things, and it's not the spirit's fault. The spirit has promised, oh, you'll be elevated, you'll be in heaven if you mess this person up. That's a fallacy right there. They don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
That's weird, but they do that a lot in the Brazilian culture, like the orishas.
Yeah,
They do that a lot. Actually, people can just die because of that.
it,
But
yeah.
how can you, the ones that are very stubborn and they don't want to go because they are,
There's a
they
lot of
like to.
prayer you have to do. Prayer for the suffering soul, for example.
Yeah,
Eventually, you basically get lighter spirits that are elevated, the guides, the archangels, whatever. They come down to that spirit when you pray, right? And I hate to say it, but it's honest. You tie that spirit to a corner. You give it a corner, and it stays there, right? And you're giving it light, you're giving it candles, you're giving it water, blah, 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 right? And you're praying, praying, praying at least maybe 10, 12 prayers. And you're having the lighter spirits explain to this darker spirit, look at how we are happy. Look at the light we have. Look at every day that you're suffering, that you are unhappy, that you are taken away from the happiness you can have eternally. You know what I'm saying? And eventually that spirit will understand, as tough as it can be. It might take 2 weeks. It might take 7 days. It might take less than 7 days. It might take a month. Whatever. It doesn't matter how stubborn it is. Eventually it will get through that spirit. And the more stubborn it is and it goes to the light, the more powerful it's going to be once it converts to that higher
hmm,
frequency, right? And then it goes to these schools of mystery and light where it gets educated. And like I said, becomes a
yeah.
spirit guide coming back to bless you, basically.
It's
So
I love the way you explain
it's
it. I
work.
did love it.
It's
I
work
mean,
and
I know.
yeah.
I know, but some people that can, that are listening don't know about it. But it's just the way you explain that, it sounds so good and so great, and
Oh
the way
yeah,
you
I
the way
love
you
it.
put
I
it,
mean,
I did like it. Thank you,
you're welcome.
thank you for that.
No problem. Yeah, because a lot of work, I feel now with the spiritual awakening, it's like, my purpose is a lot more defined because it's always like, and I'll go more into detail. Some other things I didn't talk about, like even though I work that spiritism, mediumship, ancestral veneration, that's the basic level of everything I do for everything, right? I also do work with Hecate as well, which is for me, I directly communicate with her almost like a form of shamanic journey. You know, I go down, boom, I'm directly speaking to her in an audience, right? And I work with her in that way, shape, and form. But do I really do much like spell work and stuff? Sometimes, but it's not much I really do. I had a dream a while back that some got attached to something, and I went to
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Jesus.
And
Okay,
I, and I
interesting.
imagine some white light, and I just send them white light in the name of the Jesus. You need to go.
Whatever works, these are the biggest wizard in this world, in this universe, right?
Yes. Oh, I was going to say something I forgot now.
But it's interesting because even though I'm not like Islamic or Muslim, I have spirits that are like under the guise of Arabic spirits, right? And I believe I may have some Arabic in my DNA, which is very fascinating, right? Even though
And you probably remember about some things that you don't know where you learned it.
I mean, I have probably a past life or whatever. Or I have Arabic spirit guides, but I have been explained that I need to do what they call the surahs, and there's something else. I forget what it's called. Maybe some S or something. I forget. But you got surahs, and you've got different things that you pray upon, and it's really interesting when you take the translation of the Arabic words for their prayers in the Quran, and then you put it to English, right? Like they have one that I like. It says, they plan, they strategize, but Allah is the greatest master of plans and strategy. Nothing can tear down what Allah has strategized and planned, basically. Allah God, of course.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. So I mean, I
Yeah.
try to keep it all separate as I do many, many different things. And
Yeah. I understand.
shamanism, I think, doing more and more every single day because, like I said, when they try to knock you down, you've got to have higher spiritual vibrations, so they can't really touch you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. For example, you ask me how did because I said to you that this summer I've been in a spiritual journey. That's why I've been a bit away, and now I want to come back to my channel. Uh, and I felt a big difference. How did I connect? I connect a lot because I'm pretty sure that in one of my lives, I lived in Antarctica, and
Oh,
I believe I'm a sea creature, and I connect a lot with the sea. That's where I feel alright. That's what I've been to all day today, you know,
interesting. That's
and
cool.
that's where I ground myself. That's where I clean myself. I feel like a new person,
So
and
are you by
I
the ocean when you do all these things? Are you by the ocean when you do all these things to center yourself?
yes, it's
Oh,
just
I like that. I feel I need to go back to the ocean, which I will be able to by the end of next month. You know what I'm saying? I'll be able to enjoy that sea water. That I mean, when you
yeah.
go in the sea, you know what I'm saying? You give yourself to the sea and the shore and everything like that. You cleanse yourself of all that negativity. Boom.
Yes, it's like nothing reach you, but I'm very blessed that I actually live near the sea. I
Yeah,
drive 5 minutes and I'm there.
that's
So that
beautiful.
I'm very blessed
There
with
you
that.
go. Yeah.
Yes. Let me just ask you something. You were talking about my guide. Sorry, you were talking about that I should surround myself with obsidian. Sorry, this is just like some.
So
I'm
I
just
think
taking advantage of you
I would
now.
have like an obsidian crystal, maybe a clear quartz crystal ball. Both the sphere balls, right? With
It,
and
it,
and whatever way you want to cleanse it, whatever way you want to consecrate it, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have that anchor of negativity it tries to worm in. But at the same token, even though you protect those spheres, very few people know that you have to cover them because if anybody has a gift of remote viewing and sight, they can use the sphere to spy on you when you have it uncovered. You know what I'm saying? But
so
I
you
mean,
need to cover
so
the
you need
crystal
to like
ball.
consecrate it to protect it. But in the same token, they can try. They can try to use it to spy on you and whatever you have in your home. But this is
That's
why I
very
say
interesting.
it's crazy. It's interesting too. But you just end up like putting a cover on top of it when you're done using it. You use it when you use it. You put a cover on top of it, and you keep it
I
moving.
didn't know that.
Well, now you know. Now you know.
But
And the other
it
thing
makes sense because you see lots of people. Sometimes you see on telly,
too.
like so you see people with actually a cloth on the top of the crystal ball,
Yeah.
and there you go. You got that. Yes.
The
I
other thing
can
I was
see your.
gonna say is in the same token, you can do water scrying or water remote viewing. You have a water bowl, you put a candle next to it, and you focus, and you can do the same thing what you could do with a crystal ball, but with water. And I'm like excellent at like looking to see things of people with the water bowl or the crystal ball, and it's incredible, you know. I
Sorry, I just got some flies because it's so hot today, and
had
I got my window
had
open.
flies and stuff, and I was like walking before I got on the show. I think it was about an hour ago or something. And I just like I was able to get one of those fruit flies. I was like, finally, like this is crazy. You know, fruit flies and
Uh,
mosquitoes, you know.
all right, but you know what? I'm just very happy that you've seen my guide. Can you see the light sometimes? Sometimes
Yeah,
it goes.
it's very bright in the back.
It's so weird because it doesn't happen in the studio. It's just on the screen.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
like you have
very
a
weird.
heavenly light about you. You know what I'm saying? You have that heavenly light behind you. You
I
know,
know.
it's
I'm an
crazy.
angel. What can I say?
The
I'm
walking
joking.
people.
Oh my god, I keep forgetting what I was going to say because you know you got so many. You know, I do connect a lot with you because you got this a very this soul. You got a very ancient soul. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So
Okay.
by your left side, I mean right side, next to
Here.
the door, I
Okay.
can see. It's so weird. I
I'm the
could see. You know when you spoke about the doll before,
the
it
doll.
looked like it looked like a doll made of straws. That's what I
Okay.
could see by your side. Does it
Interesting.
relate? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like those straw dolls they use for like Bridget or like Celtic stuff. I think like a corn straw kind of like dolls. What you're saying, right? The corn husk.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, but this is what. But can you relate? Do you work with them?
I've never made one, but I mean, I've heard people tell me like this would be good to work with. But I worked with, which is interesting, is I worked with the Morrigan for the longest time, which is Celtic. She's a goddess of sovereignty and war, right? And then she traded me up, and I'm not going to say abandoned me, but she always tells me whenever she comes back into my life temporarily, she's like, I had to let you go to get stronger. You understand? And then Hecate took me in, and it's been this crazy journey of having to forge my path, to forge
Does she
my.
look like a doll?
But Bridget is Celtic, and they do a lot of things with these kind of dolls you're telling me about, these kind of straw dolls. But these straw dolls are like they're made of corn. You know how they make like what's the word I'm looking for here? Oh my god. I think you know it in Portuguese is the word like pasteles, basically, like pasteles.
But
It's like they grab banana leaves and then they put um, the um, the
yes,
covering of a corn, right? You know, you have to the cover of the corn off, then you get the actual corn, and they
yeah.
lay it down and they take like I think it's like chickpeas and chicken and different things, and they strain it all together, right? And they boil it, and then you have like this thing that's like a rectangle and you eat it, right? And it's got a lot of flavor to it. Usually it's a South American dish. And they have it
You
in
need
the
to send me some pictures after the live.
but yeah, you know what I'm saying? They have all these dishes. Like I'm saying, like with the corn husk going back, they take that corn covering and they make a doll out of it. I don't know if it's for one of the Sabbats, it's European, right? So I think what you're telling me might be that there's something I should do with that to make a doll in that tradition. I have to look more into it, or there
I
is
feel that
something
you
I
need
can
to
do
work
with
with it. I feel
to
that
work
you
with
need
it,
to
right?
start to work with it.
Mm-hmm. And there's also something they do too. I don't know if they do the same thing with the corn covering, but it's like they grab like two wooden sticks like this, right? And then they grab the straw of the corn or whatever, or like yarn or something, and they start making a pattern. And it's like, it looks like an eye, and you hang it above your door, right? And I think that's supposed to prevent witchcraft, evil eye, different things like old school, ancient
Yes,
magic, you know what I'm
I was
talking
going to do that anyway.
about.
You know what? Because since I was a child, I always suffer a lot with the evil eye. Uh,
Oh my
and
god, it's been crazy. Do you ever cleanse yourself an egg and throw it into cracked into a water glass of salt because If you see
No.
bubbles, if you see bubbles on top of a water glass of an egg, the bubbles represent eyes of people. You understand?
Yes. We
And what
use
I
olive oil.
yeah, and you can put olive oil. People do a different way of like olive oil being dripped on water,
Yes.
candle wax,
Yeah.
water. But anyways, what I'm getting at is like I did an egg cleansing for myself and my partner with 3 eggs each, and we probably had like maybe 25 or 26
Oh, I believe you.
bubbles. Like it was insanity. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But to look into the actual glass, there wasn't anything showing like an entity or an attachment. It just showed a lot of envy, jealousy, hate, that kind of thing, because the eyes are all on you, right?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but I believe in that Arabic, Asian, Eastern stuff where you have the malocchio, like the evil eye with the blue and the white.
Yeah, yeah. I always wear it with me, always, all the time.
Not only to wear it, but to have the jewelry and the plaque, like by your front door, so anybody comes in, it reflects
Yes.
on the way, right?
It's
So
everywhere in my house. I got one in my car. Every time I buy a new car, that's the first thing I put in my
that's
car.
my.
That's one of them. Yes, yeah. And I got loads. Yeah.
But
That's
I'm not
what
going to share
why I
some
like.
old school stuff if you guys actually going to be interested. Some old school stuff. Um, Very simplistic, basically. And this breaks a lot of witchcraft. It's negative. If it doesn't work the first time and you don't feel an effect, you do it like 2 or 3 other times, basically. And what you do is you get like a fireproof bowl, you take a lock of your hair, you throw it in there. You grab something that's flammable, like Bacardi proof or like Florida water, for example, and you put a few grains of kosher sea salt, and then you throw, and usually in a perfect world you would grab the leaves of an olive tree, right? But because we don't always have that, we can use just olive oil. And you say a prayer basically to remove anything negative off of you, right?
Yeah.
You burn the whole thing on fire outside, and instantly you should feel an effect of negative things being removed from you. If you don't feel it completely gone or an effect, you do it for another 2 times or 3 times. Basically, that's a little old school ritual secret there.
All right. You need to send me that in a text.
That's a very good question. See, what she's speaking is the truth, but if you put holy water or a little bit of salt in there, you can look at the top. If you don't put anything in there and
You're
you
going
look
to
at
catch
the
it.
top, it will jump back into you, you
Yes.
know.
Let me explain something. So my mom, she's the one that usually take me the MVI, and
Mhm.
they say that from 8 o'clock in the night, people shouldn't do it anyway. Also, my mom sometimes when I got too much, catch it. So what I learned was if you have just a glass of water by your side,
Mhm.
everything is going to the glass of water. It doesn't even need to be holy water, just normal water because it
Interesting.
will catch that the negativity and it will work with her.
Okay. I was always told we put salt, like sea salt or
Oh
kosher
yes, oh,
salt
seal
or
salt in the
something
water.
to anchor it, right? Something to protect.
Yeah,
Then when you look at the top, it's not going to be like boom, it's going to stay there. And then you can just throw it out after you're done, in the toilet or the bathtub or wherever you're going to throw it. You know what I'm saying?
yes, yes. It makes all the sense what you are saying. That's why we got lots of things in common to talk about it. Yes,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, because it's nice to talk with someone that knows a bit about the culture that I start with because it's not
Absolutely.
everyone. It's not
Mhm.
often, especially you are you American
I'm
or
Canadian, actually. I'm,
you are
Can-
sorry.
I'm Canadian.
Yes, so especially if you are Canadian and you got all the all about this culture, that's really good, and I
Well,
feel really connected with
on
you.
us, in Canada. I mean, there's obviously Jamaican people, Caribbean people, there's obviously African people here, but it's very underground and very hard to do everything in Canada. So rather have to go like Cuba, the Caribbean, United States, that kind of thing. That's cool,
Mm,
man. Awesome.
yes. Yeah. So yes, that's how I've been raising my frequency, my vibrations through the I call them the sea people, you know.
Like the
So when I
mermaids,
go to
sirens, that kind of thing. I guess the
and the mermaids, I connect a lot with the mermaids, and as you know, mermaids they are the most pure. They are the most pure creatures that can exist, even more pure than the angels, because apparently they are the first ones to. It's like they are the
the
first ones to
creation
come.
story, right? The water was here first before the earth was formed. Exactly
Yeah.
what you're saying. Yeah, of course.
So they are very pure. So that's what I connect, and that's how I raise my vibration, and I'm trying more and more. So yes, anyone wants a card reading? You know, because we've been talking and talking. What do you work with usually? Do you work with
Card,
cards or?
of cards. Yeah, actually, it's a very good opportunity to do this because I just received the Deviant Moon Tarot in the mail today, and it's just something I can bust out and test out. So that'd be lovely to try it.
Oh, that's nice. So if anyone wants a card, this is a good.
I'll do
This
maybe
is a
a
good.
card reading or something, past, present, future, whatever I pick up. So that'd be cool.
Ah, that's nice. Let me just ask you something because you are wearing white. Do you wear white when you work? Because in uh, in in Santeria, I think they use
A lot
white,
of
or at
white
least.
we wear, but I mean, for me, if I have a job and there's a uniform in a different color, I have to wear it, of course, because it's my livelihood. But I come home, I change, etc. Right now, I'm very much self-employed and dealing with things of the help that the country is giving to have me move forward with my life and help with my business. Basically, it's awesome.
Oh, right. This is what you do, like full time. Do you work with
I'm
spirit
in
full
full
time?
time doing spiritual work right now, thanks to everything. I have some ideas of business expansion, of course, a little bit far left field, which I'm thinking of renting a commercial kitchen because there's a college right next door to where I live, and I want to rent a kitchen if I can find a way to do it right, and
I'll be
then
back in a second, but I'm listening.
oh yeah, for sure.
Carry on.
And rent a kitchen and basically gourmet cuisine and food. I was thinking more predominantly for the elderly people, basically, and do it as contactless deliveries. I'm thinking within the city of where I live.
All
And then
right.
when COVID is gone, I would like to somehow be able to have more of a face to a name with these elderly people because we see on the shoulders of our ancestors a lot of life experience elders have gone through that it's great to learn and to note down and to have as wisdom and knowledge passed towards each other because unfortunately in North America and in Western society there's no real respect and passed on teachings of life experience with the elders, you know what I'm saying? Whereas with the African, Yoruban, Spanish people, there's a lot more of that. Let's see here. I'm an oracle card reader and pendulum. I also Reiki and check cleansing negative energies and check realign pendulum. I gain to the permanent. That is amazing. I do Reiki up to a level 2. I do chakra rebalancing as well. Like I said, I'm a lot of things, but I try to keep it humble too. So, you know.
Oh, you don't need to be humble.
This tacky looks amazing. It's borderless. It's beautiful. Like, look at this. Look at this, people. This is the
Let
ace
me see.
here. Check it out. That is the
Oh,
ace.
wow.
It's cool. I like it.
That, that's
Let's
beautiful.
do
Amanda, would you like a card? Tell us if you like a card. Anyone else that would like a card? It's his new. I think you're going to be the first ones to try his new. Is it a oracle? You said.
well, that's a tarot I'm using right now. I'm using the tarot of the deviant moon. All with
Interesting.
love, light, and blessings. Blessed Namaste. Namaste. Let's see here.
Amanda, if you want a card, let us know.
She just
I
did.
know you are. Yeah, I know
I'm
you
going
are.
to read
Yeah.
cards. I think it's pretty good. I'm not the best with the one card information. I could probably get a lot of information at this point the way I'm connected to everything. Let's see here. Amanda Yost in the highest vibration of God. And my spirits and her spirits.
Now everyone wants a card.
Is the message she needs to know. All for the good of all and for herself. 3 cards, please. Okay, so Amanda, I'm gonna pull 3 different piles. You want the left, the middle, or the right pile, Amanda? Left, middle, or right, and I will draw 3 cards and tell you what's going on. I think she's still deciding.
Yeah, and sometimes with this software, it takes 10 seconds to get the message to them. So,
For sure.
yeah, that's why.
That's cool. Middle. Okay, good choice. Let's see what's going on here. So, oh, this is weird, this deck. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. Wow, you got a lot of good cards, even though I don't feel they were very mixed up the way I wanted them to be. But anyways, you in the past you had this 3 of Cups celebration here, right? Look at that. You're celebrating, you won over adversity, your struggles, your pains, your suffering. It was a time to celebrate. You had people surrounded with a lot of love and light, and it was a time just to appreciate your successes and your endeavors in life. Then here in the present, you've got the 2 of Cups. I don't know if there's an evolution of a current relationship that you are in or one you're getting into right now. But it doesn't always have to be romantic either. It can be somebody that you have a close relationship with emotionally that's going to, it's going to open up your heart centers more. It's going to open up your heart chakra more, and it's going to just have somebody who has your back to be able to network and do things you want to do in all endeavors in your life for sure, right? And then in the future, you've got an Ace of Cups here. So this is all about that cup of emotional strength, emotional giving. With this Ace of Cups, you're able to move forward because emotions are the fuel and the fire that propel us as spiritual beings and human beings. A lot of people forget about the emotions and want to lock it in, not have it express itself. But we are all emotional creatures, and we have to take it with what we have and express ourselves in whatever shape and form that emotion is, whether it's drawing, singing, dancing, whatever. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that.
Here we have Deborah and
Deborah Smith. Yeah. If you don't mind, and then just Chibon, because they are always regulars, and they are used to me. So.
Awesome, Amanda. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
nice.
don't try to assume anything, Amanda, as I said. Yeah, I don't try to assume anything. Let's see here. Okay, I'll just pull a card, I guess. I'll see what I can get. Let's see here. All right, you got the Ace of Wands, Deborah. So there's a lot of things I think you're planning to maybe do, or it's being presented to you. This means it's usually the faculty of business, action, leadership. I don't know what's on your mind or in your heart right now, but you have a lot of opportunities to do things that are being presented to you on a silver platter, pretty much. So whatever you feel you want to do, don't have wet feet. Just go running and hit the ground running, basically, and you will be able to accomplish whatever it is because you have this Ace of Wands. You have this wand to move forward and to do whatever you want to accomplish. Yes, it's starting off in a positive direction. Yes, there might be difficulties moving forward, but right now you have what you need to move forward and make your life be worth living a lot more and help enrich the lives of other people. Definitely.
Thank you.
And last is Chauvin. Awesome.
Maybe you are saying your name right. It took me so long. I call it Shibon.
I could be wrong. I don't
No,
know.
probably it's me
What
that
do
is
I
wrong.
know? I just try to pick it up and understand. I don't like butchering anybody's name,
So you see, Shibon, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I could be
I used to
wrong.
call
You
her
know.
Sioban. She's
Yeah.
so funny. She's Irish. I love her, honestly.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So, Shobin, you've got the Four of Coins, also known as the Four of Pentacles. Speaking about stability, balance, fortitude, you have a lot of stability. Sometimes you want to keep your money and be very frugal with it, which is great. But you also have that balance and stability. So know that, just holding on to money all the time isn't the greatest thing, but be intelligent with what you do with your money. But you have stability now. So use it for its best purpose to move forward, Shobin, and you will see things just grow and, you know, put money aside like you have your stability and your growth of money. And, when a rainy day comes or something like that, you can decide what you want to do with that money to move forward to help yourself and help other people, whether it's a business, whether it's like work related, all these kind of things. But I just think you are physically planted, grounded, and centered in the physical world. So that's great.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Do you have any guide that smoke a Cuban?
Like a Cuban cigar or a Cuban person?
Yeah, a Cuban cigar.
I have no idea. But you could be right. You could be right.
No, because someone that you got by your side,
Mhm.
that suddenly it just gave me. I just want to smoke a cigar, a Cuban cigar.
I've been smoking cigars almost every single day for the past like 3 days. So I'm saying
Really, I
progresso.
don't smoke for 2 years. That's why, and I just had a strong feeling that I needed to smoke a cigar or a Cuban cigar.
Yeah, I've been smoking these. They're called like blunts, but they're the name of the company for the cigars. And it's a white and red box of cigars, right? And there's like five of them in there. And I got each pack. I got like 16 or 30 of them or something. They were $1 each American for five cigars in a box. I was like, holy crap. And of course, I brought them back to Canada. And I have a few left, but of these boxes. So I've been like trying to smoke one every single one because I feel like even though you're picking up on my spirits, I've been feeling like my spirits are very like, I don't know if you know this word in English, but they're very angsty. They're very like agitated. You understand what I'm saying? And I
Yeah,
feel it's like my spirits are like riding me basically. Like, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to work with us. You need to keep putting in the work and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm like, wake up every morning and I have this emotion of like, I just want righteousness, I just want justice. And to calm my spirits, I have to literally have a cigar, have a coffee, have some water, meditate, and it's
okay.
just a lot. So I don't know what you can pick up on that if you pick up on anything, but it's like a lot that I'm going through now with my energy levels.
So it's your way of communicating, and they know you are ready when you smoke your cigar. That's funny. That's why I pick up in the cigar. That's quite funny.
Yeah.
And I don't smoke for more than 2 years now.
Well,
And
good
I
for
feel
you.
a
I only
strong
smoke it
need of a cigar.
I only smoke it religiously, but now it's becoming like a morning ritual, basically. I get up at like
All
six,
right.
7 in the morning.
And Before we go, everyone is saying thank you. Uh, Amanda is doing. I don't know if we got time to answer that question. Um, do you want me to take a card for you, Mauricio?
I would love that, please.
I do. I feel that you need these cards. I don't know why. Maybe your guides are telling me, and I hope it's a good card. Maybe sometimes we need, usually because I do this as a full time, or I used to do it as a full time, and I didn't like people to read me.
I just
So
like to be read and be told the truth, not anybody holding back anything. That's the only difference I have when it comes to readings, you know.
yeah, but someone was telling me, give me a card. Maybe it's just a card. All right, let me
Yeah,
see, Mauricio. Let me see what your guide want to tell you.
perfect. Thank you.
All right, Amanda. By the way, Amanda, yes. How do you know who your guides are? Oh, it's through meditation, through a lot of things.
I would say mediumship. A lot of proper, ethical people who are mediums can see it. I actually, since you brought this up, Amanda, just doing a shameless plug here, I do something where I actually find out your guides and your ancestors and your spirits that walk with you. It takes me about 7 days or a little bit less. And I do a full Google document and I talk about your guides and everything. I'm able to pick up on all people's guides by distance, basically. They don't have to be in front of me. I do have an Etsy. I have the link in the resource there. And I can have Summer here post it rather privately to you or after this show is over somehow publicly.
Yes, or if you want, just put like the link there in the comments about everything, and people
It's
can
not
go
letting
there.
me put it's not letting me put the comments on the live comments for some very weird reason. I can only put it on private chat for some odd reason. I don't understand why.
Yes, usually it should be all right to put it on live comments.
It won't let me. Not at all.
Hmm.
It's very strange.
But it happens the same with me.
I don't know.
But you know what? Just send it to me, and then I can just edit the name of this show, and
Yeah.
or just go and you got the page,
It's very
don't you,
simple.
Maury?
You type in readings by Ritz when you search
Bye,
on
Amanda. Thank you.
Etsy, and then my page comes up, which has I think it's like Metatron crystal grid shows up basically as the image of my shop, and there's about like 15 or a dozen listings right now currently on there.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you do lots of readings through Etsy?
I do my readings through Etsy, and usually I can do it through my Facebook page. But I usually, when I do it outside my Etsy, I just take PayPal basically. So
All right.
I
Okay.
also have a very intensive divination. So I do like 5 to 7 different divination methods,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
amazing.
and it's very incredible because you need to check yourself, you need to question your guides and everything, make sure the information is accurate, right? So it's a full reading, usually takes an hour or so, and it's incredible.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Okay, let me just do you this reading. Okay, the card didn't actually pop out, but the way it came out from my usually the guides is like when, especially when I'm in a high frequency, the cards start to jump around, and that they are the ones that I keep. This
mhm.
one jumped just a bit, but I knew this one was the one they want you to have. So this is the card of the Queen of Swords.
That makes sense.
It makes true sense
It
for
makes a lot of sense.
the vibes I'm getting from you. So it's the card of independence, which you are trying to get your independence, but you already are independent. You are doing your own thing, and I feel that they gave me this card because you just need this extra reassurance. Because
Oh, something to do.
sometimes we
Yeah,
do need.
absolutely. Yeah.
We
Hmm.
need to know that we are in the right way, and I feel that where you going, and I feel so many good energies about you, and because you got this high vibration, and you keep raising it, I feel that you are going so far and so far. So keep fighting, and sometimes maybe you doubt yourself a little bit,
A
but
little
never
bit.
down.
Not too much. Not too much like I used to.
Not too much, but sometimes it comes across your mind, but you don't need to because you got amazing people around you, and I'm talking in spiritual world, and I
Yeah.
feel that you are really going the right way. I feel that you're going to help a lot of people, but I also feel that you will help animals.
Interesting. 'Cause I do that a lot. I pick up like injured animals and I bring them to the vet and the wildlife rescue and stuff. So there's a lot of that actually.
I feel
Uh,
that you're going to work more with them in the future.
wow. That makes sense. It goes a lot with the shamanism and everything I do too with the animals, the power animals. You're on to something, definitely. Thank you, Summer.
And this is just your guys want to say that you are in the right, you go in the right place, you go in the right way. That's, so you can have that, you know,
That's awesome.
reassurance
What
from
deck
someone
is
else.
that, by the way, for that tarot deck? What deck is that? I'm curious. The
This
tarot
one, it's
deck.
this. They are beautiful. They are very simple. They are like a pastel color. They are the angel cards, just the normal angel cards from
But
Jane Wallace.
so what? It's an oracle deck, but it's a tarot.
No, no, just a tarot, the angel tarot
The angel
from.
tarot. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll check that out in the future. I'm not supposed to be buying more decks, but I'll check it out eventually. I
Yes, yes.
have a
I
lot
bought.
right now. I have a lot of tarot decks, oracle decks. It's crazy, but
I don't have many because then I when I connect with something, I will stay with it for a long time. So I
yeah.
try not to buy many. I do have some like lost everywhere. I got the cards here and there, but I always work with the same. And when I'm doing private readings, I use these ones because these ones I go in depth. I can know your dirty secrets. They will tell me what you do. These cards even tell me if you are on websites looking for girls and that kind of things. They are
Crazy.
so funny.
Look at that. Look at
They
that.
they
Wow.
tell me that.
He
So
knows.
this is the one. This is the private one I do in the readings. They are quite small. It's the normal tarot,
The wider
but
reach, right? Yeah, okay.
they give me like the dirty part of people. So I only do it on private readings because sometimes I see things that I don't want to see. It's quite funny. Uh, all right. Thank you so much for that. I did enjoy, I did connect a lot with you, which is good. That's why, if you want to come more often, if you want to do it like
I
fortnight,
think it went very smoothly the way I wanted to, and even better. So I think, yeah, I definitely want to make this a regular thing. Actually, it'd be awesome.
yeah. And I connect with you. You got this energy that I feel that I needed in my life. You know
Thank
what
you.
I mean? I
Yours
don't
too.
know what.
You got a super high vibrational energy. I just feel like you got that genuine like, yeah, I care about people. Yeah, I have my boundaries, but yes, I want to help. I like that about you. You got that
Oh,
energy.
thank you. I'm a bit loud because I'm Portuguese at the end of the day, and I do talk a lot, so my apologies. But
No, I well, like I'm a Gemini, so I probably talk everybody's ears off, but it's all good. At the end of the
I'm a Scorpio, but I'm one of the good Scorpios.
you're a
Because when
toxic
people,
Scorpio. That's
when
that's that's the ironic part here.
when I say to people that I'm a Scorpio, they are like, "Oh."
Yeah.
That's why yeah. Anyway, all right, my lovely. Thank you so much. I did enjoy today. I'm glad you enjoyed tonight. Let's start. We'll talk. We'll talk, and we can do this thing, even if it's not on Mondays, maybe another day.
Or
Uh,
maybe
and
like bi-weekly or just a random like once a week sometime. We'll figure it out. We'll talk about this for
we will
sure.
talk about it. We will carry on talking. Thank you so much. Lots of love to you and to everyone that watches. And I
Thank
hope
you.
you all enjoy it.
Everyone.
Thank you so much for the readings. All right.
Of
Bye bye.
course. Bye, bro.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.